it's your man Mac, the Reactor, fresh out of the trash compactor, you know me. It's your favorite English-born, somewhat Australian sound Reactor, and I'm here to, I don't know what that was about, but I'm here to do another reaction. Clearly excited on some different level today, but I'm a big boss like Rick Ross. I go harder than Slipknot and Cuz. I'm in permanent beast mode without applying the cheat code. So I'm just doing some weird voice stuff today, so I'm actually going to stop the intro before I just go too much, you know what I'm saying? But Pajinka Splitdinka, I believe I said your name correctly because I'm doing it from up here in the old skull device. I was referring to the brain then, which for some reason is a skull device. I reacted to some more NF, and I'm doing my unorthodox intros. I'm going a little bit crazy in the videos as usual, because I'm unusual, usually. So I'm going to do an NF therapy session, man. That's been requested by Pajinka. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate everybody in the MacPack. You know how it is, because the way you all have been engaging in the comments, I get, like I've been saying, I feel like you all are sharing the videos with people you know, because I'm seeing some neutrals in the comments, which is great. When you all come together like that as well, it makes me feel like I'm creating a little bit of positive energy. And then, as you all know, I was away for like 5 days for my own reasons. But when I come back to positivity, I come back and realize I've been missed, or that kind of thing, I go, okay, maybe it's time to get that energy back and get right back into it. So here I am. Here I am, and I feel like if I rub my hands enough, I might create fire. But somebody else that might create fire is my man NF, because he gives no I think that's what that stands for. Or maybe it's his name. I'm not sure. I am sure. I was lying. Let's get into this reaction. What is wrong with me? A fun fact, by the way, before I dive into this and put some mac on this cheese, is I was actually listening to the Search album when I went on my nature walk last night. That's one of the way I get my head calibrated, you know what I'm saying? And man, I'm listening to it for the second time around. So I listened to it once, a separate time, but then last night when I was on a nature walk, I had my dogs running out in the open, they're relaxed, they're having a good time. So I'm having my own little walk, you know what I'm saying? And I just had NF in my head. And I started to really appreciate some of the songs that I've already kind of been over, but have the same message that I caught first time round just sink in a little bit harder. So I'm interested to see how I react to this, because I don't actually know what album this is from. Two sides to NF. We get that a lot.
Yeah, I got upstate like a month ago. I was talking to fans and one of them pulled me aside and said we never met, but I swear that you know who I am. I've been through a lot. I don't know how to express it to people. Don't think that I can, but I got that mansion CD on rotation. That's real for me, Nate. You do not understand. It's crazy for me. Kids see me up, say they slitting they wrists on the daily. This music is more than you think. Don't book me for just entertainment. It's entertaining. Hearing these parents, they
yeah, don't book me for just entertainment, man. I'm not here to do all that. Like, don't get me wrong. If your kid's entertained by what I do, that's great. But I'm trying to actually get in here, and I'm trying to get in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I think NF does a great job of that, man. That, you know, what he's talking about there, that's definitely, I believe every word he's saying. You know, sometimes a rapper will say something, you'll be like, all right, okay. When NF is saying, I get fans hit me up on the daily saying, look, they cut, they're in a dark place, his music gives them something, you know what I'm saying? That's really not hard for me to believe at all, man.
Telling the kids my music is violent, you gotta be kidding me. I guess that your definition of violence in mine is something that we look at differently. How do you picture me? Want me to smile? You want me to laugh? You want me to walk in the stage with a smile on my face when I'm mad and put on a mask for real?
The way I'm interpreting this, and you'll let me know, this isn't a reaction to the bars, it's a reaction to what's going on in the video here. The bars are, we know, right? We understand. I'm catching the message, I get it. But am I to be correct in saying that these guys that have the masks on are representing, we all put a mask on sometimes, right, for everybody? And when he's going and fixing their smiles on the mask, that's kind of representing, we force smiles, we be somebody that we're not all the time. Am I taking that right? Or am I missing a theme that's from another video or something? It's kind of gone over my head. Y'all let me know on that one.
I mean, what you expect from me? I'm trying to do this respectfully. They say that life is a race. I knew my problems would probably catch up eventually.
They say life is a race. I knew that my problems would catch up eventually. In other words, he was winning the race for a time. But he always knew that the problems were going to be nipping at his heels at some point. That's real, man. That's real. I mean, look at me, man. I'm like a dude that generally radiates positivity, generally, and I'm generally in control of what I've got going on too. But I'm like any one of y'all, man. Like, and I'm sure y'all can agree too. We can be strong as I don't care what, but you're gonna have a day where you can't be strong that day. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything, man. To tell you the truth, when I was in my little funk over the last 5 days, it wasn't over anything particular. It was just maybe a bunch of little things that just hit me at once. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when the little things were hitting me, I was handling these little things as they were hitting me because they were little things. But then when you realize you've actually been kind of stocking up on so many little things, just one day it kind of all hit me at once, and you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's still related to what was going on because I ended up making it about me again. My bad.
My best to be calm. How you gonna write me and tell me you slaughter my family? That's just a glimpse of the stuff that gets said to me. These are the parts of my life that I'll never see.
Hey, sorry to pause so so quickly. I guess I did it easily too. I will slaughter your family. Really? You're gonna slaughter his family? Is that right? Number one, you know you ain't doing that because you don't even know where to start. Number two, why would you take some time out of your day to tweet that to somebody? Because that's real. That's real, and NF has every right to put that in the video and shame that person. I'm only disappointed that they've kind of blurted out a little bit, the user, right? But I understand, we don't want that user to get bullied and take his life, right? But I had somebody in my Billie Eilish, I don't want to be like you anymore video comment, hey, I'm a middle-aged man that, you know, normally listen to heavy metal and classic rock, but Billie Eilish is one of the few singers I actually connect to this day. Yeah, my man, you come across like that too, believe me. Because what he said in the second half of his video is, I don't know what's wrong with you. You need to kick the coke habit. And then he called me manic or something like that. I'm like, my guy, I don't swear on this channel. How the F are you going to tell me that I have a coke habit? Listen, firstly, if I had a coke habit, you can't hide that shit. And I just swore after saying I wouldn't swear. It's just because I'm a little, you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get some steam off. I will avoid it with the language. I apologize. But if I had a coke habit, firstly, I'd be doing a little bit of through the videos because I know this because I've taken coke before. I'm not innocent. But at the same time, I that's one thing I never had a problem with. But I've had a problem with alcohol before. I've definitely smoked weed too much. I'm not innocent. Like, definitely not. But I think it wasn't so much that got to me. Because when somebody doesn't know you and they're like, oh, you come across like a cokehead. I come across like, well, you come across as a mother effing loser. You know what I'm saying? I would rather be a cokehead because that's something that can maybe be taken care of than be a loser, because that's something that just comes from within you. That's not a disease, that's just inherent. It's just a part of you. It's flowing through your body, you know what I'm saying? And I just think it's amazing how quickly, number one, people think they can judge somebody. I have charisma, I have personality, and I am actually a little bit crazy because I just embrace who I am. That's why my rap name out of here is Mac the Unusual, because I embrace my unusual. I'm not really worried about what people usually do, or how they usually act in a video. I'm unusual. So I do everything usually very unusually. So I'm not really worried about you. But the thing is, and I'm not going to say the comment didn't get to me because I wouldn't be venting if I didn't say anything about it. But what got to me was not the comment itself, because like I'm a battle rapper. I've had dudes in my face, you know, try and bring family up and stuff. That, like, I have a shit-proof suit on, you know what I'm saying? I'm aware I swore again, but I couldn't think of a better word at the time. There's nothing you can do to me, really. But I think what got to me is that he felt he had the power to be able to say it, and he felt like he was able to make the call. That's what got to me. And I'm sure I've just been talking for about 5 minutes now. I didn't mean to, but the way NF just reacted to that and brought that into the video made me realize, like, yeah, we all go through that on some level. I can imagine NF is going through it a lot more than I am right now, because I'm not at my peak of popularity, but you'll need to just be careful with what you say. You do, because what you say can push somebody over the edge. And middle-aged metal man that comes across like a cornball, I can tell you haven't embraced other music before, because you look to me like the kind of dude that in like the 2000s or mid-2000s saw hip-hop on TV, and of course on the radio they're playing the generic, you know, cashed up like a Mack truck, you know, slap sluts kind of hip-hop. And you were like, oh, I don't want none of that. There was great hip-hop going on while you were ignoring that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying metal's not great. There's good metal out there. There's good classic rock out there too. There's cornball classic rock out there too. One of the biggest culprits of corrupting rock is Elvis himself, because he stole it down to a fine detail. Every little bit, the pelvis rocking, the way he acted, the vocal tones, everything he stole from people that actually founded that music before he did. And I'm talking about Chuck Berry, Little Richard, people like that. And I believe in that, so don't even try and convince me otherwise. But anyway, I do this in reaction sometimes, and you're just going to have to get used to it. I'm not really asking for your approval on that. I'm not asking for feedback neither, but you can give it. But I will every now and then stop a video, say some real ish, and then get right back into it. And if you're part of the Mac Pack and you support me, you'll like it. If you don't, you'll unsubscribe. Or if you weren't subscribed, you just won't come back. It's simple. Anyway, let's let the man talk.
I am aware it's aggressive. I am not here for acceptance. I don't know what you expected, but what you expect when you walk in a therapy session.
I ain't here for acceptance. He just said in one sentence what I think I took 5 minutes to say. Therapy session. Sorry if y'all just saw me turn that down incredibly. I did not realize I've had this full volume the whole time, which is making me think of my last 2 videos. I actually probably had a full volume as well. So I'm hoping that's not overwhelming y'all, because I don't know how it'll translate when I put the video together. And it might explain why 2 of my reactions got blocked last night. Because the audio is so loud that it can be detected very easily. And
girl at the show looked me in the face and told me a life's full of drama. Yeah. Said her dad is abusive, apparently he likes to beat on her mama. I got so angry inside, I wanted to tell her to give me his number. But what you gonna do with it, right? You gonna hit him up, then he'll start hitting her harder, that's real.
I won't say why, but I relate to some of what he said.
These kids, they come to my shows with tears in their eyes. Imagine someone looking at you and saying your music's the reason that they're alive. Sometimes I don't know how to handle it. This type of life isn't glamorous. This ain't an act for the cameras. You see me walk on these stages, but have no idea what I'm dealing with after it.
Yeah, this ain't an act for the cameras, and you'll see me on stage and don't realize what I'm dealing with. I might have butchered what he actually said, but I definitely retain the message. That's so true, man. Like, don't just assume because a guy seems like he's got it together, or don't assume because he is who he is that he's playing some character called NF. That's nah, man. I think he's playing Nate. He's playing Nate. NF is just the stage moniker. You know what I'm saying?
I put it all in the open. This is the way that I cope with all my emotion. I'm taking pictures with thousands of people, but honestly, I feel like nobody knows me. I'm trying to deal with the pressure. I'm trying to deal with the pressure. How you gonna tell me my music does not have a message when I'm looking out at this crowd full of people I know are affected?
Yeah, how are you going to tell me my music doesn't have a message when I'm staring at a crowd full of people that I know are affected? And he knows because, yeah, they do got tears in their eyes. And they're probably mouthing every word he says because they know it that well. They've retained it. How do you retain a message? It burns into your subconscious because you repeat that message. In other words, you play that song time and time again to the point where it's like brushing your teeth. It's in there. You don't even know how you remember it, you just do. And that's the power of music at times, man.
I got some things in my life. I know I should let them go. Let me jot it down. Let me take a mental note. I put it all on this microphone. Think about that for a minute. What is the point of this song? I'm just venting, but what you expect from a therapy session?
What you expect from a therapy session. And you know what? I actually forgot somewhere along the way that the title of this song was Therapy Session. So it makes sense why he's cutting so deep, but whew. Don't listen if you're not ready. You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't worry me. I know I handle some things immaturely. I know that I need to grow in maturity. I ain't gonna walk on these stages in front of these people and act like I live my life perfectly. That doesn't work for me. Christian is not the definition of a perfect me. Woo! I ain't the type to be quiet. I ain't gonna sit here in silence if I wouldn't say what I say to your face. And I promise you I wouldn't say it in private.
If I wouldn't say to your face, I promise you I wouldn't say it in private. And that is probably a piece of advice I would give to said personal reaction comment that I talked about. Did I even word that sentence very well? I don't think I did. And sorry if my eyes drifted that way. My baby turtle actually just climbed up on her dock and I couldn't help but look. But I promise I'm listening.
I am not lying. People go off on my page and I'm trying to quit the replying. But this is ridiculous. I'm passionate, man. I really mean what I'm writing. You want me to keep it 100? Okay, I'll keep it 100. I see a whole lot of talking on socials, but honestly, I don't see nothing in public. I kinda love it, yeah.
Interesting, huh? Interesting.
Why don't you write us some happy raps? That would be awesome. All of your music is moody and dark, man. Don't get me started.
I feel
You
it.
wanna know what it's like if you met me in person? Listen to my verses. This music is not just for people who sit in the pews and pray at the churches. Nah, I've been rejected. I don't expect everyone to respect it. I don't expect you to get my perspective, but what you expect from a therapy session.
I don't expect you to get my perspective, but what you expect from a therapy session. Expect my perspective, therapy session. Like the way that actually connected together lyrically was great, but what he said just there is what really brought it together. Is what you expect, man. Like you'll expect that. Yeah, I could do some happy raps, and look, hey, maybe one day, you know, NF will be in a very happy place and decide to write a song about it. That's fine. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to listen to this kind of message, you're not really forced to sit and listen to it. You're not. If you want sunshine and rainbow rap, you can have that. There's a bunch of MFs that are just sipping lean and just talking about how great their life is. It's not. I mean, they're ruining themselves from the inside out, and they're really not enjoying life at all. They're masquerading it with a lot of things, but they can kind of give you the impression life is good. This man's just speaking the real, man. That's all it is.
I mean, I think sometimes people, they confuse what I'm doing. I write about life, I write about things that I'm actually dealing with. Something that I'm actually experiencing. This is real for me. Like, this is something that personally helps me as well. I'm not confused about who gave me the gift. God gave me the gift, and he gave me the ability to do this, and he also gave me this as an outlet. And that's what music is for me. When I feel something, whether it's anger, it's a passion about something, a frustration, like, this is where I go. That's the whole NF real music thing, man. This is real for me. I need this. This is a therapy for me.
I was thought of your family, huh? Yeah. I hope the person that wrote that tweet saw this video, because I tell you right now, anybody tweets me something like that, I'm not, hey, look, I'm not a detective. I can't get their address and go pay them a visit right away, especially if they live in like Budapest or something, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is this, is number one, I will definitely, even if it's in the afterlife, man, I'm just to haunt you. I'm gonna get to you. I am. But the thing about this is that me, myself, and I, that's the gang I'm in, bro. Like, that's the gang I represent, is me, myself, and I. Gang shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look after ourselves. Sorry for a little bit of language in this video. I felt like I'd already slipped a couple of times on that. Maybe we'll just go for it. But that's very important, that right there, man. And if you want some raps that are quite literally wrapped in bubble wrap and don't really dive into the real ish, then maybe you need to just go to the more safe options that you can listen to. But I personally would be very happy for any of my family of younger generation to have NF as their therapist. I would be quite okay with that, because at the end of the day, I don't want them to grow up thinking there's anything wrong with the way that they're feeling, you know, if they're feeling things like this. And then the other thing is that I also don't want them to be ignorant to anything too. Like, even if they're doing great, I don't want anybody within my circle to be ignorant to anything either. So I think it's both educational and motivational in some places. But I really enjoyed the song, man. The bars were correct as well. You all saw, I even reacted to the way he schemed it together, which is not something everybody looks out for, but I'm certainly looking out for that. But that message that your fans talk about has never been lost on me, by the way. Even when I've been when I reacted to the search and I was a little bit of pedantic on some of the ways he pieced it together. That's just the rapper side of me. But the rapper side of me enjoyed every aspect of this. And the man that's inside of me just is... It's the man inside of me that's going to think about this song when the reaction's done, and I'll go take a 10-minute break and I'm just remembering some of the things he said, and I'll still be in the space that I'm in now, probably for another 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll react to a happy song and get out of it, who knows. But Really appreciate that, Pajinka, man. You've come correct once again. I know I'll go a little bit longer these intros, and I know I had quite a little bit of my own therapy session in the middle of this video, so I think I'm just going to end it here. But much thank you to y'all that are rocking with me, man. Much thank you to y'all that reached out to me while I was away. It did obviously take me 5 days to come back and read your messages and realize that y'all gave an F, but appreciate y'all as well. Look, man, if y'all could share any of these videos, man, if y'all could be a part of the journey like that, I would appreciate it. And hopefully some of y'all are just naturally subscribing because you'll feel me and you'll see something that you're not getting from other reactors. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that real concise reactor that just reacts is the guy that you watch a lot. Maybe I'm the guy that you just watch every now and then because you know I keep it real. You know, I've got stuff to say, but you know I'm not always like that quick video you can just hit. Sometimes it's a 15-minute video because 5 to 7 minutes is just me. You know what I'm saying? But therapy session NF, I've been told I should really dive into this album. I'm wondering whether I should do an album review or just go listen to it and then come and tell you what I thought. But can you tell me what the best thing is to do with album reviews though? Like, do I literally listen to the whole album in front of y'all and just react as I go? Or do I do it in pieces? Let me know. I'm going to leave it there because this is probably a long reaction. Back to Reactor, back in his trash compactor. It's a lovely day in macadamia, and it's nice to be seeing you. I'm out of here, though.